Imagine this for a moment. It's the year 2026. You open your phone in the morning, refresh the market, and suddenly you're staring at coins that are up 5 times, 10 times, even 20 times. Your portfolio is exploding in green. And while you're watching these charts melt upwards, one single thought hits you harder than any pump ever could. Why didn't I take these opportunities seriously when I first heard about them 2 years ago? This video is here to make sure you never end up asking yourself that question again, not by throwing 40 different altcoin names at you, but by showing you the 7 major crypto sectors that have the highest breakout potential between now and 2026. Because in every bull run, the biggest winners are not the people who chase random coins. It's the people who understand narratives early, who position themselves in the right sectors, and who recognize where real adoption is happening before the rest of the world catches on. Before we start, one quick disclaimer. Nothing you're about to hear is financial advice. I'm simply giving you a framework, a way to understand which stories have real usage, real capital inflows, and real regulatory momentum behind them. The final decisions, as always, are yours. Let's begin. First, we need to talk about the intersection of artificial intelligence and crypto. Over the past few years, AI has reshaped everything. We've watched chatbots write essays, voice models clone speech, and autonomous agents complete tasks on their own. But very few people are asking the real question that actually matters. How will these AI systems pay each other? How will one AI agent buy data, rent compute power, process microtransactions, or execute services without waiting for human approval? That's exactly where blockchain enters the picture. The AI and crypto sector is forming around decentralized compute, verifiable data layers, and autonomous payment networks. And none of this is a hype-driven trend. AI is growing whether the market is bullish or bearish. By 2026, we will see millions of autonomous agents operating non-stop, and all of them will need compute, identity, data, and payments. So projects that truly integrate with AI, not the ones using AI as a buzzword, will have real staying power. Now let's shift to something even bigger, real-world asset tokenization. This is one of the most important narratives in the entire crypto ecosystem. The idea is extremely simple. You take government bonds, corporate debt, real estate, commodities, or cash-flowing assets, and you bring them onto the blockchain as tokenized versions. This creates a bridge between traditional finance and DeFi. And here's the part most people overlook. Real-world assets have real yield. They are regulated. Institutions already understand them, and they bring trillions of dollars of potential liquidity into crypto. This is not a speculative narrative. This is infrastructure, highly likely to grow no matter what the broader market does. By 2026, tokenized treasuries, tokenized credit, and tokenized real estate will be everywhere, and the platforms powering them will become long-term pillars of the ecosystem. Let's move to the next major narrative, which is one of the most fascinating developments in crypto: decentralized physical infrastructure. For a long time, people saw crypto as something purely digital, numbers on a screen. DePIN flips that idea completely. Imagine wireless networks powered not by corporations, but by thousands of individuals. Imagine decentralized mapping, sensor networks, storage providers, GPU networks, mobility systems, all built and maintained by people who contribute hardware and get rewarded with tokens. It's a way of coordinating real-world infrastructure without a central company. And now that AI tools need massive amounts of real-world data and compute, DePIN is merging with AI in a powerful way. If this model proves itself, it could easily become one of the fastest-growing narratives through 2026. Now let's talk about the backbone of user adoption, Ethereum Layer-2s. Every cycle, we ask the same question. Can Layer 1 handle millions of new users? And the answer is always no. That's why Layer 2 networks, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, zkSync, Scroll, Linea, are so important. They offer low-cost transactions, fast confirmations, and expanding ecosystems of apps, games, DeFi platforms, and NFTs. If a new wave of millions of users enters crypto in 2026, they will arrive directly on Layer 2, which means the infrastructure, the bridges, the sequencers, and the core tokens behind these networks could gain massive traction. Next, let's explore the evolution of DeFi, what many people now call DeFi 2.0. The earliest DeFi boom gave us decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, stablecoins, and yield farms. But now the space is shifting towards something more sustainable. People want transparent and dependable yield. They want yield-bearing assets, restaking, liquid staking, and even Bitcoin-native DeFi structures. They want platforms with real revenue, real audits, real risk management, and real users, not hype and empty promises. The DeFi protocols that survive 2026 will be the ones that operate like serious financial platforms, not experimental playgrounds. Now we have to talk about gaming and the entertainment layer, which includes meme coins. GameFi's first wave was chaotic, broken economies, unsustainable rewards, unrealistic expectations. But the new wave is entirely different. Crypto is no longer the center of the game. It's the infrastructure underneath it. NFTs are cosmetics, skins, and ownership. Tokens are reward layers for the community. On-chain identity becomes portable between games. And meme coins? They're merging with social networks, Telegram bots, mini-games, and viral communities. Most new crypto users under the age of 25 aren't coming from exchanges. They're coming from TikTok, Telegram, gaming apps, and social tokens. The projects that capture this new generation will become massive funnels for user adoption. Finally, we reach the most underrated but most essential sector: modular blockchain infrastructure, data layers, and indexing protocols. These are the tools that index blockchain data, feed applications, enable cross-chain communication, supply oracles, and allow AI systems to understand what is happening on-chain. They don't trend on social media. They don't go viral, but they are the backbone of everything. As crypto becomes more complex, more RWAS, more DeFi, more gaming, more AI, these data and infrastructure layers will become more and more critical. So what does understanding these 7 sectors actually do for you? It changes the way you see the market. You no longer ask, which coin will pump next? Instead, you ask, which narrative will lead the next wave? You learn to filter out noise. You recognize immediately which projects are real and which ones are empty marketing. And you build smarter portfolios, ones based on narratives, adoption, and infrastructure, not random guesses. The truth is simple. No one can tell you the exact coins that will explode in 2026. But the sectors that will dominate 2026, their foundations are being built right now. Your job is to stay focused. Pay attention to these narratives. Track the winners inside each one. Because in 2 years, your future self will look back and say one of 2 things. Either, I'm so glad I took this seriously, or, I wish I didn't just watch that video. I wish I acted.